tarikatuna as-suhba vel hayru fil cemiyye. Allah'a şükür gene bu mübarek günlerdeyiz.
We are thankful to Allah Almighty again for living through these holy days.
Bu Kurban Bayramı,
The holy day of the Feast of Sacrifice is approaching.
adı üstünde kurban kesilecek.
And on the Feast of Sacrifice, it is required to make a sacrifice.
Vazifemiz nisap olan insan hani vacip olur o kesmeye. Akıl bali olduktan sonra.
And who has reached the level of maturity and has the capabilities, has the responsibility to make a sacrifice on that day.
Çocuklara falan onlara gerekmez de akıl bali olup da nisap dediği yani 100 gram kadar altını bir seneye kadar olan insan kesmesi Hanefi mezhebine göre vaciptir.
And according to the Hanafi method, who has 100 gram of gold up until next year and has reached the level of maturity, is required to make a Qurbani on the day of sacrifice. Children are exempt from that.
Başka mezheplere göre sünnet muakkede.
According to other methods, it may be sunnah.
Bu Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem'in her sene yaptığı hem vacip olarak hem sünneten müekkede yani yapılması gereken vazifedir diye Müslümanların yapabildikleri vazifedir yani.
And it is an obligation and a requirement, and it's the tradition of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, who used to make a sacrifice at Qurbani on this special occasion. And as Muslims, it is our duty to follow this obligation.
Hem onun vazifesi yani hikmeti büyüktür.
And there is great wisdom in this obligation.
Allah'ın sevap verdiği de büyüktür.
And there is great reward by Allah Almighty.
Sevapla da o hem faydalanıyorsun hem büyük sevaplar nail oluyorsun diyor Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem.
And to make a Qurbani on the day of sacrifice is something that you will be benefiting from it. At the same time, you will also be obtaining great rewards.
Kesilen kurban her tüyüne sevap var. Her akan kana sevabı var.
There's reward for every hair of the animal that is sacrificed, for every blood that flows. There is a reward by Allah Almighty.
Ondan sonra kurbanı ister dağıtırsın, ister kendinle yersin. Yani ister fakir olan, çok şey olmayan yiyebilir.
And then you may distribute that meat among the needy ones. If you yourselves are in need yourselves, you may also keep it for yourself, that meat.
Saklayıp da saklarsa ne yaparsa kendi tümünü de yiyebilir yani.
And according to your situation, if you yourself are in a poor state and are needy, you may keep the meat for yourself and eat the entirety of that meat and keep it for yourself.
Yememesinde bir mahsur yok, bir günah yok.
There's nothing wrong if you yourself are in a needy situation to keep the meat of that animal for yourself.
Ama usul olarak 1/3 eve kalır, 1/3 eş dosta verilir, 1/3 de fakirlere verir.
But according to the tradition, it is recommended to keep 1/3 for oneself, 1/3 for one's relatives, and 1/3 to be distributed among the needy ones.
Tabii kurban başında durup da kendisi kesmek aftaldır, daha iyidir ama bu günlerde artık imkan yok öyle yapmaya.
And it is recommended to actually do the sacrifice oneself, and to be at the very location oneself, or to do it oneself. But in today's situation, it is not possible for everyone to do the sacrifice oneself.
Onun için çoğu insan başkasına vekalet verip o kestiriyor. İster burada, ister başka yerde kestiriyor. Yani de kendi yerinde kestirmek daha iyidir, ama gene de fakir fukara dünyanın her tarafında olduğu için Müslümanlara fayda olsun diye onu da olur yani.
And as not everyone has the possibilities to do the sacrifice themselves in today's world, people authorize others to do the sacrifice in their names. It is recommended to do the sacrifice in one's place where one lives, or in other countries. This is also accepted, and to then have that meat be distributed to the needy ones of that animal that has been sacrificed in one person's name.
Fakir insanlar bazıları senede bir et yüzü görür.
And there are poor and needy people throughout the world who see meat just once a year through this occasion.
Bazıları birkaç senede bir. Onun için
and there are even poor people who are more in need, who don't get to see meat even after several years.
Mahsur yok. Başka yerlere de göndermesine vekalet verip onun yerine kestirmesine mahsur yok.
Therefore, one may authorize people in other countries who are in need and have that animal be sacrificed in one's name, even in other countries.
Tabii kurban kesilince onun da sünnet kılması lazım 2 rekat. Ona göre.
And once the animal has been sacrificed, it is required to perform 2 sunnah prayers, 2 rak'ah sunnah prayer.
Aynı vakit kılmazsa tahmini ne zaman kesildiğini bilip de aynı gün mü, ikinci gün mü 2 rekatta namaz sünnet var, onu da yapmak.
And even if one does not know the exact time, in a situation where one has authorized someone in a different country to make the sacrifice, one should perform 2 rakats of sunnah prayer at an estimated time, or on the 2nd or 3rd day. But it is required per the sunnah of our beloved Prophet peace be upon him to perform 2 rakat.
Yine büyük bir fayda olur insana.
And by performing this prayer, there will be great reward and benefit for a person.
İşte kurban vekalet verirken ismini söyler, anne ismini söyler. Yani vekil ettik. Kime kestirecek olanın sana bu kurbanı verdik. Sen de daha başkasına vekil olabilirsin. Olsun diye, sana da izin var diye söylemek lazım. Azları.
And when making the intention to make the sacrifice in a different place and to have someone do the sacrifice in one's names, one needs to explicitly provide an authorization in one's name to have that person do the sacrifice in one's name, and one needs to specify one's mother's name.
İsim vermeden vekalet veriyorlar. O da niyetine göre olabilir, ama isim söylemek lazım yani.
And it is important to provide one's name when authorizing someone to perform the sacrifice on one's behalf. Sometimes people do not provide a name. People will be accepting your deeds according to their intention, but it is recommended to provide one's name to the person one authorizes to perform the sacrifice on one's behalf.
Onu da ihmal etmemek lazım. Şimdi İslam dini hak dindir.
The religion of Islam is truth. It is the truthful religion.
Her şeyin adabını, usulunu söylemiş, göstermiş bize.
And the religion of Islam has shown us the good manners and the good practice for everything.
o adab usulunda gitmek çok daha faziletli olur.
And it is better for us and more beneficial if we follow the good manners and practice as we have been instructed by the religion of Islam.
Bilmeden unutarak şey olursa o da niyetine göre Allah kabul eder inşallah.
Sometimes we may forget about the correct procedure of things, but Allah Almighty, in those occasions we must seek Allah Almighty's forgiveness and hope for the acceptance of our deeds according to our intention.
Allah mübarek eylesin.
May Allah Almighty make this special occasion be a blessing.
Kurban kesmeyi nasip etsin yani.
And may Allah Almighty make us to be among those who perform this deed of making a sacrifice.
Kurban kesmek dediğimiz gibi hem berekettir, hem kendine faydadır, hem
to make a sacrifice of a Qurbani is a benefit for oneself, and it is also a blessing.
Her bakımdan büyük bir lütuftur, büyük bir faydadır.
And it is a favor of Allah Almighty and a great benefit with every regard.
Kesebilen muhakkak onu yapsın.
And who has the means to make a sacrifice should do so.
Kendi yapamazsa dediğimiz gibi şimdiki eski zaman gibi değil. Eski zamanda
and if one does not have the possibility to do it oneself, as it used to be the case in former times, one needs to authorize someone.
Kurbanlar getiriyordu. Herkes kendi evinde keserdi, dağıtırdı.
In former times, the Qurbani animals would be brought and distributed, and then everyone would do the sacrifice in their own places.
Şimdi o da çok imkanı yok.
But there are no possibilities to do so these days.
Onun için yapılacak yerler var.
There are certain assigned places where the Qurbanis are being sacrificed.
Gönderilecek yerler var.
And there are places which one can authorize to do the sacrifice on one's behalf.
Yapmak Müslümana gene büyük bir fayda olur Allah'ın izniyle.
And we should seize this opportunity to sacrifice our Qurbani, and it will be a blessing and a reward, and to one's benefit to do it.
Hem bereketi olur, hem sevabına nail olur.
It will be the reason for divine abundance to come to someone and to receive the blessings of Allah Almighty.
Allah kabul etsin.
May Allah Almighty accept your deeds.
Allah nice senelere yetiştirsin inşallah.
And may Allah Almighty make us reach many years of this holy day.
Wa min Allah tawfiq. Al-Fatih.